Hello, Daniel Garb here with you. Thank heavens that international break is over and we can get straight back into the Premier League. I've got three big games for you this week. The monumental Merseyside Derby to kick things off. A Big Six clash. Manchester City hosting Arsenal, and an underrated Premier League rivalry, that's Newcastle hosting Manchester United. So three big games for you this week. Three big tips, crucially, for you as well. So make sure you check out the Betfair Hub for all of the tips on your favourite sports, and of course, make sure that you gamble responsibly. A monumental Merseyside derby it most certainly is, arguably the biggest Merseyside derby since the two sides met in the FA Cup semi-final of 2012. What a start by the Toffees it has been. A perfect record, top of the table, James Rodriguez firing, Carlo Ancelotti and the fans growing in belief. There is a good vibe there at Goodison Park, but now they come up against the champions and their long-term local rivals, of course, who were embarrassed 7-2 in their last showing before the break by Aston Villa. So everything on paper, you would say, points to an Everton win, or perhaps a draw is the smart bet. And I still think the draw is a way to play this. But when you look a little bit deeper, perhaps there is some value to go for when it comes to Liverpool as well. Reason being, three of Everton's most important players have been away in South America at the international break, and that is a big concern for them. James Rodriguez, who's been unbelievable, along with Richarlison and Yerry Mina, their big Colombian centre-back, all on the other side of the globe in the South American World Cup qualifiers. You just wonder about the state they will come back in, especially Yerry Mina, who missed the second Colombia game with a knock, and how much depth they have in their squad to replace those players. As a result, Liverpool, yes, they've had a host of players on international duty as well, including Bobby Firmino in South America, but Sadio Mane and Thiago have been in Liverpool resting due to COVID quarantine. They're fresh to go, and they've got a bit more depth, the Reds, you would think, and of course a bit more big game experience. So taking all of that into account, I'm going for Liverpool. It's not due to bias, I assure you, but those three key players on the other side of the world for Everton, I just think might make the difference in this one. So I'm going for Liverpool, not with a great deal of confidence. The draw is another way to play this. To be honest, no result would shock you in this one. It should be a beauty, but the champions for mine. Gunners fans, here's the good news. The last time you beat a Big Six team away from home was in fact Manchester City at the Etihad. The bad news? It was 5 years ago, back in 2015. 26 games now for the Gunners without a victory on the road against a Big Six team. And to be honest, that's the reason why I can't look past Manchester City in this one. The Gunners have started the season well. They are improving at a rapid rate. That's encouraging. But I just think this is a mental hurdle for them at the moment that is too much for them to bridge. We saw that early on in the season when they played Liverpool. They were played off the park. They're going really well against the lower teams at the moment, but against the big guns, they are falling short. City have their issues, don't worry about that. Most of them at the back, where they still lack structurally, despite all the big spending in that area of the park, but I think they'll have too much class in this one at home. The Gunners just not sure of themselves away from home against the big teams, so Man City for all 3 points. Well, Newcastle against Manchester United is a fantastic Premier League rivalry stretching back to the early to mid-90s when Kevin Keegan was at the helm of Newcastle United. They were duelling for the title with Manchester United. Of course, Andy Cole moved between the two clubs. They had some fabulous high-scoring clashes. All of that, no doubt, will be on the minds of supporters heading into this one. And Newcastle fans have good reason to feel confident going into this clash. They've had a really good start to the season. Only the one defeat, 2 wins and a draw away to Spurs. So they'll feel good about themselves coming up against a United side that has started the season horribly, and the disastrous form of their captain in Harry Maguire only continued during the week when he was sent off for England. There have been reports out of Portugal that Bruno Fernandes isn't happy with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's nothing that suggests United will just rock up and turn things around and put in a big performance in this game. I'm not saying they can't win, but Newcastle at home are value. If you want to go the draw to play it a bit safer, by all means. But I just think this is a chance to take the chance on a team like Newcastle United at home against Manchester United with a bit of extra value considering the form lines. It doesn't look as if this will be the game where United will be able to flick the switch after the international break. So, Newcastle, the Geordies, for me at home.